A very good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? Before I start, I just want to say if you have any comments or if you have any questions, just make sure to type them in the comment section on YouTube, and I'll try to answer them. So, as usual, we are going to treat Bitcoin first. Things are looking kind of, okay for now. I expected a bigger drop to happen, but fortunately, this is not the case yet. Um, Basically, what I'm looking at right here is as follows. It is this big support line that we have going on here. This is the major support that we have to, keep an eye on. If this one breaks, I will probably be selling my swimbacks and I will be retreating out of the market for, a couple of days. This is not the case yet, however. Let's just zoom into the 4-hour chart and see how things are currently looking there. So the RSI seems to be a bit bearish. The good thing is, however, if we are going to make this drop, let's see how much percent this would actually be. If we are going to make this drop to support, which would be 10%, the RSI will go actually into oversold state. And if you look at previous oversold states, which is here, we got an oversold state here. Then we got one here, which actually turned the price all the way back up. Then we got one here, which caused a big wick. So if we are going oversold right now, I am going to be bullish on Bitcoin, at least in a short term. You know, let me just remove this. We have a support resistance going on right here. And this is a major one. The price is struggling to stay above it. I believe once we hit the support, it will gain enough momentum for us to go above the support line and stay there for a while. And this would also be in sync with the previous head and shoulders that we've actually seen. Currently we had a shoulder, we had a head, we had a shoulder. And what we've seen before is that there always is a drop after the head and shoulders, but it is of very short time, this drop. It will probably go into support and just explode back up. This is what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. This is the most likely scenario that I actually see happening, the coming days or maybe 2 weeks. And so things are not looking too bad. Everyone is panicking. South Korea is shouting rubbish. Everybody and their mother knows that nobody can ban Bitcoin. All these people will just put a VPN and go and trade somewhere else. So things are not looking too bad. I'm just gonna wait. If the price bounces off the support, I'm going to resume my altcoin calls. And speaking of altcoins, that's actually where I would like to go next. The altcoins are not doing too bad. I would like to start off with Lux, because I am very big into Lux right now. I think in the next couple of weeks, we could actually see an explosion. And reason being, there are some whales that are trying to suppress the price by putting some pretty major sell walls up. Now let me just grab my Fibonacci. And as you can see on the unbalanced volume, this is the amount of money flowing in or out of market. Nobody is selling. I mean, literally no one is selling. There's zero selling pressure here. So this, of course, is very bullish. And, as I've said earlier, this thing could go 10x from here. But I'm expecting a 3x in the short to mid-term on Lux. And 3x would bring us, let's see where 3x would bring us. The reason I'm saying 3x is because I'm looking for $100 million market cap. Let me just see what the market cap is right now, just so I can calculate it a little bit better. 24 million, so that would be a 4x even. If the market cap is going to be 100 million, which it should be, then we are going to top out at 0.01, at which I will sell like the majority of my lugs. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. You know, I'm pretty happy about the way things are looking for Lux. And this is my short to midterm prediction. You know, do what you want. If you don't want to join or enter, then that's fine. But I see this happening over the coming 1 or 2 months. Next, I would like to take a look at Ethereum because that's where things actually get interesting. If you look at the market cap of both ETH and Bitcoin, I am seeing a real possibility. Hold on. I'm seeing a real possibility that Ethereum will actually overtake Bitcoin in its market cap. And I have a couple of good reasons for this. One is the congestion problem that we have right now. You know, transactions are being done at rates never seen before, and the Bitcoin network cannot handle this. Now, if this is going to be the case, which it is, I don't think people will look to Bcash for an alternative. You know, it's we are going to have to wait until Bitcoin improves its transaction volume, possibly with the Lightning update. And you know, at this moment, nobody knows when the Lightning update is actually going to happen. So that's one of the reasons why I'm currently very excited for ETH. I think a lot of people will actually reside to ETH to, you know, be the savior. So I'm predicting a new all-time high against Bitcoin. And if this is going to happen, we should top out at 0.25 Bitcoin. It's just a question of if this is actually going to happen. The most important Fibonacci level to break right now is the 618. This is the strongest Fibonacci level. This is the golden ratio. If we manage to break through here, at that point, I am going to aim for this price level. If we are going down again, then I do not believe this is going to happen anytime soon. We have a couple of support levels for Ethereum. I will just draw them out and then I will zoom in. So these are the support levels that are into play right now. On balance volume is looking good. You know, in order to break the 618, I believe we are going to have to go down to either this support level here, which would be 0.065, or the one below. I would prefer if we could actually stay above the first support. This support, the second support, doesn't really mean a lot. You know, it's based on two bounces. So if this one breaks, it's more likely that we're going to go down to the next fib, which is at 0.042. So personally, I'm just hoping for this to go into consolidation a bit, and then maybe in 2 or 3 months have the strength to break out and to reach for the skies, because I do believe Ethereum is going to be a major player. It already is a major player, of course. Most of the coins are running on Ethereum, but I think this will be even more in 2018. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. Just for the record, I'm just going to check ETH against USD, paint a better picture. Basically, what it would mean, this coincides with the Bitcoin chart. The support that I've drawn out is currently at the 845 level. So I could see a possible retrace to this level, you know, nothing too crazy. At which I will buy. I will probably buy this. And I sure hope this coincides with this support, you know, so we're going to go a bit sideways and down. And if this happens, you know, this should take 42 days. So that's in 1.5 months. We should reach the support. And at that time, I will be buying. Next is going to be Litecoin. against Bitcoin. This does not look really interesting. You know, if you take the volume here, you're like, okay, this volume is not really that big. But yet we still have a major spike here. And I will tell you why. As you can see on the Litecoin USD chart, you can see that there's a lot more volume in USD than there is in Bitcoin. And this is basically because Forex traders and hedge funds actually trade against USD. They do not trade against Bitcoin. And that is where all this volume is coming from. And this tells me anyway that, you know, the hedge funds have entered the market, or anyway, the big money is entering the market. And, you know, that the USD chart has become dominant. And if this indeed has become dominant, we should look for support at, you know, 140, 150 USD. That's where I would guess, you know, the price would actually go. And this also coincides with the Bitcoin chart. This is a classic bubble chart, you know, bear trap, then up, then they return to normal, then down again, and then reach for the skies. This shouldn't take too long. This shouldn't take too long. If I take my datum price range, I think it should take about 3 months max for this to happen, which actually promises a pretty good summer for us, because a lot of coins actually show like the same pattern, consolidation for a while, and then, you know, big new highs in the summer, probably like last year. Last year we had the exact same thing, and to demonstrate this, I will just take Neo for example. Take the Neo chart. I'm gonna take it on Bittrex. This was June, and then we topped out in. Oh, sorry, things froze there for a bit. We topped out around August, and that's what I believe we will actually see again this year. Speaking of Neo, now I'm here anyway. You can see that we broke out of support here. It was never really retested, but I don't think we have to retest this. Let me just draw something out. Gonna take the RSI. You know, the RSI has turned positive. The volume is picking back up. You know, and I believe if we break this volume right here, if we break this volume all-time high, we should be golden on Neo. I'm definitely holding mine. I do believe priced against Bitcoin, we will continue to see these coins climb higher and higher and higher. You know, and if I had to put a target on this, then my target would actually be 0.02. You know, and maybe you notice I'm bullish on a lot of coins, and that's because I basically believe 2018 will be the biggest year for crypto ever. You know, I believe 2017 was the run up with the bull trap, and in 2018 we are going to see spikes like never seen before. And then in 2019, a lot of these coins will disappear and crash and be gone, and there will be like a couple of good coins that will remain. Like basically like the internet bubble. It's the exact same thing. So, you know, I'm really happy about this. Stuff's looking really good. And I just would like to go over EOS because I am probably most excited for EOS more than anything else. We are currently up. Let me see. Let's do it against USD. We are currently up 914%. So, you know, that's looking pretty good. And in my last live stream, I had actually drawn out, oh, I had drawn out the cup and the handle, you know, and it appears that we finished it. You know, right now we are breaking out by the looks of it. You know, if you're not in, I would wait until we close above this resistance right here. which probably coincides with a Fibonacci level. If I put this here, then it should be, yeah, look at this. So the price opened here. This whole thing right here, it doesn't really matter, but you know, for some reason, usually the fibs line up. So if we actually break through here, then fasten your seatbelts because we are going to the moon. Absolutely. This could easily be a 50x. Not from this point, of course, from our buy-in, but this thing just it's a beast. It just keeps going, and I'm holding my eels more than anything else. So that like I'm super excited for this. If you haven't picked it up yet, I suggest you do. You know, people are asking what's a good point to pick it up, and I just keep drawing these support lines, and EOS just keeps, you know, EOS doesn't care. It just keeps going. For example, I expected the price to go to the support. It didn't. It was like, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna go up, and maybe this will be the biggest thing of 2018. You know, I truly believe it will be. So yeah, I'm really excited. Things are looking very good. Then of course we have our Vertcoin. Um, you know, and there are a couple of things that I would like to point out. This part right here, I'm just going to forget it for a second. I'm going to remove it, and we are going to look at the previous consolidation, you know. Actually, we put our buy signal, we put it around here, and then it mooned, you know, people were happy, and then right around here, like half of everyone, half the members, they sold. They were like, shit, I'm going to lose money, and they sold. And, you know, right after this dip, we went to the moon. And I think the same is actually going to happen again. You know, if I would have to put a buy or sell on this, I would say buy. Probably we are going to have a small dip here. You know, this could actually be caused by whales. And after that, you know, we are ready for the next move up. And the last move up actually brought us over the 1618 to halfway. So, you know, if I have to repeat that same process, then my target would be around, let's see, you know, should be around 0.0017, 170k Satoshis. And I'm basing this off the previous fractal. You know, these are all fractals. It's pretty easy to trade this. So Vertcoin doesn't look too bad. Probably, you know, there will be a dip here, which I will be buying, by the way. I sold like 40% on this run up, and I will be buying back if we reach into this demand zone right here for the next run. So yeah, pretty excited about that as well. I think in 2018 we are gonna make the most money yet in all these 5 years of crypto trading. Do we have any coin requests? Well, Crypto Dragon, you said anything not in the top 5 or top 10 I'm afraid of. You know, this is true. This is true. Um, it's more dangerous to invest in those small caps coins. But let me just show you the snapshot from when I basically started trading. You know, it was before this, but this is probably the best example. I'm hoping it loads. These snapshots don't always work. Um, hoping it does this time. Just gonna have to be patient. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so this is the snapshot from when I started trading. You have Namecoin, Peercoin, Feathercoin, Novacoin, Primecoin, Terracoin. I bet like 90% has never heard of these coins that are watching this live stream. You know, these were the top 10 coins when I started trading. You know, and then a year later, it looked like this. Omni, still Namecoin, Peercoin actually went up. We had BitShares, MadeSafeCoin, Quark, Zetacoin, Primecoin, all these coins, you know, that nobody heard of. So even the top 10 in long term can get, you know, can get absolutely wrecked. It can change, it can disappear. It's not a guarantee that this will be here. Counterparty, Dash has been doing really well. You know, this was actually called Dark Coin, and I'm really happy about this. You have BanX, you know, so this doesn't really mean a lot. You know, in crypto, you can never be safe. So that's why I use a rule. I put 80% in larger cap coins, you know, that are relatively known and the devs are known and that are safe. And then I use 20% for small cap coins, for example, like Lux and EOS at the time. And these are higher risk, but will or actually might carry a much higher reward or loss, you know, depending on whether or not it's going good. Hold on. Power. I'm going to take the 1 hour chart because this hasn't been around for too long. I will take the volume here. I don't know if it has been around as long as Bittrex. No, you know, it recently got added to Bittrex, so let me see which one has the biggest history. I believe Binance. Yeah, let's chart on Binance. So actually, I just need to check it. I'm sorry. I have to know which exchange has the largest volume. Binance. I will just pick Binance. So as far as power goes, this does look pretty good. The current market cap is $500 million, which is relatively high for a coin that has just been launched. I mean, this thing is super recent. Um, but then again, you know, this is crypto. So basically, what I would be looking for if I was going to buy power is as follows. I can clearly see a bearish divergence here. This is like super easy to spot. Let me just paint this red so you guys can see it a little bit more easy. So this is the bearish divergence. The moment this breaks, you can draw this out yourself. The moment this resistance here breaks up and, you know, it closes there, you know, the 4 hour candle closes, then it should all be good to buy. Obviously, we had a couple of fake outs here. But this is not a bad thing because, you know, the RSI was relatively high. The price didn't have a lot of power to make a good proper move before being overbought. So if it can break out somewhere down here, then, you know, that would be the point I would be buying, because at that point the RSI has a lot of room to actually move up with the price. Targets. Yeah, targets. That's a hard one for this. I know a lot of people are totally into power, and that it has a couple of like cooperations with the Australian government. So this is all good, you know. It's reliable, it's trustworthy. So if I had to put a target on this, I can't really tell. You know, this could potentially double from here to $1 billion market cap. That's where I would put it at myself, which would like give us 100% return. something like that, which is also the first fib level up here, or 19,000 satoshis, something like that. So that's where I would actually put my target. I wouldn't go for a $2 billion market cap or anything like that. That's a little bit far-fetched for now. Of course, if they really start producing and doing good shit, then it's a different story. But it's a young coin at $1 billion market cap. That would be like fair for me, you know. So that's it for power. OST. Let me just check out which exchange I am going to use. Simple token. This is something I've never heard about. I don't know the fundamentals. Let me just check it out real quick. Okay, so I guess this would be a competitor to Steam, maybe? Cryptocurrency to power digital communities. Okay. I don't have time to read the white paper on the live stream, I'm sorry, but I can, of course, do some TA and some Binance. So this will be purely TA. And if this is purely TA, I don't know about the fundamentals. I'm sorry. I will read into it. But if this is purely TA, then I would like to say the following. Volume looking good. RSI remaining high. There is no sign of any top yet. Other than this double top, but it doesn't really count, I reckon. So I don't think the top is in for this yet. I don't know a target. This is a new coin by the looks of it. I don't know the fundamentals. If I was going to buy this, I can see a very, very strong resistance support here. If I was going to buy, I would do so at the 6,100 levels. As far as target, I don't know. I don't know the fundamentals. So yeah, those were basically the requests. I don't want to make my videos too long. Actually, I'm going to upload the first challenge video today. I took like 500 euros. I put it in an account, and before the end of the year, I want to make this 20k. Or no, sorry, I want to make this 10k, and if I can, I want to make it 20k. And I'm going to do this on YouTube, so everybody will be able to watch. They will not be able to see the crypto campus trades, so don't worry about that. So yeah, this is basically it. I will see you guys in the Discord. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thanks, guys.